and be found on a public domain in the full disclaimers down below. Welcome to the Danger Zone. It's Ashley. Lots of love and many blessings your way. And a huge thank you to Peter and Phil.
Hey you guys, I want to start off by saying really fast, I have tried to leave off the makeup from my eyes because this eye's still kind of like wampus and it's aggravating me. Anyway, so it's feeling better without all that makeup, which I love with all my heart. I wanted to say really fast, thank you so much to everybody who replied to my video, my vlogging video. I've said it, I've been around YouTube for a while, channel, no channel, blah blah blah. I swear I have the best community here, you guys. You're like fantastic. I appreciate every one of you, and I've passed that information on, everything that I've gotten, the information, to my dad and my uncle or my aunt. So I appreciate y'all, you know, taking the time and listening and watching. I do. Thank you so much. My back is killing me, y'all. I've got this, I got a big band around my waist. I got a back brace. It hurts so bad. Anyhow, but I'm going to stay in here. I have something I want to say. You know, everybody has pet peeves. Everybody has a button. And my button, out of all of that awesome feedback that I got from that video, just 2 people, maybe 3 that I noticed were just jerks. You know what I'm saying? There was one that stood out. I'm not good with passive aggressive stuff. The passive aggressiveness that I received from this commenter yesterday, man, it was just low down. She said, I love your channel and I love, you know, everything you do, blah blah blah, but you're irresponsible and dangerous making this video. And I thought, are you out of your mind? All I'm doing for once is sharing a bit of my life with my, you know, my buddies here. I can't do that. It becomes irresponsible and dangerous. I didn't say, hey y'all, don't go out there and don't do this. That's not what I said. I said, when I go to the grocery store, I read labels. I don't want my family eating GMO, and I don't want my family eating saccharin, certain colors, red number 5, which is in everything. I try really hard, as thick as I am, to be a healthy person. And I want those that I love to know that, you know, when I'm feeding them, I don't want to put poisons and something that's going to, you know, hurt them down the line into their bodies. You know, so I take a few extra minutes in the store and I'll read a package or a can or whatever. And all I was saying was the same. You know, if I can take a few minutes out and read the bag of chips to make sure it doesn't have whatever in it, surely I can take a few minutes to research what I'm about to put in my body. And that's all I'm saying. Don't run up there and be a willing participant, a pincushion, and not even research what's going into your body. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm saying this. Take a few minutes and research it. If you're hell-bent on getting it, get it. But, you know, if you have questions or gut instinct or, you know, it just kind of feels weird, research it. Study it a little bit. 10, 15 minutes, you know, and if you feel okay about it, then that's you. You go and do you. I don't feel like I was being irresponsible and dangerous by sharing my family's experience. I think irresponsible and dangerous is drinking and driving, or, you know, handing a kid a lighter, or letting a baby run amok in the backyard when there's a pool and there's nobody watching. That's irresponsible and dangerous. It's also irresponsible and dangerous to refer to somebody as irresponsible and dangerous, whether it's they themselves, or their actions. I hope this person does not go out in public and say, oh, what you just did is irresponsible and dangerous, because that could result in a bad outcome for them, which would mean that what they did is irresponsible and dangerous for themselves. Does that make sense? Anyway, that really ticked me off, so I had to get that off my chest. Thank you for listening.
Good Morning America this morning had an exclusive sit down with Oprah and Harry. I noticed something about Hollywood Harry. He had a makeover, y'all. Look at those pencil thin eyebrows. Listen, maybe he's feeling more himself here in the States. A little safe to do what he wants to do finally, if you know what I mean, wink wink. I'll bet you $10 it won't be too long from now he's going to announce his official pronouns.
On Good Morning America to go ahead and announce that his and Oprah's mental health therapy show has started, broadcast on Apple Plus or whatever it is. But anyway, here's the thing. He's talking about how miserable, how scary it was the night that they went to the, I hope I'm saying it right, Prince Albert Hall. Remember that night? She was out to here with the baby bump. Anyway, she had told him just before they arrived there that she wanted to be done with everything. She didn't want nothing to do with nothing. But the only thing that really stopped her from going forward with that, it's not her child, wasn't the thoughts of her baby. It was him. She didn't want him to hurt anymore. She didn't want to cause him that much pain. So instead of doing that and going forward with it, she was going to, as my friend Peter says, be the hero and save his feelings. She wanted to spare him any more heartache or turmoil or strife. But he went on to talk about it. I want to talk about it too because I find it quite insulting.
You mean to tell me after she just finished telling him, hey, look, I'm in dire straits mentally, I really need help, like pronto, I'm so close to the edge, I'm about to jump, but I'm trying to hang on. But let me go ahead and sit down here in this chair and get all dolled up because we have stuff to do tonight. I'm going to tell you, if this scenario happened at all, it was Harry that it was happening to. You can look at his body language. He's even pale and peaked. He doesn't look healthy at all, not physically and not mentally. And check out their body language. His behavior is not that of a knight in shining armor. If my spouse, if my partner had told me something like that, number one, we wouldn't be going out nowhere. We'd be staying home, and I'm going to try to fix this, find a solution. Number two, if we had to go out at all, I'm going to keep you super close to me. My arm's going to be around you. I'm going to absolutely let you know how much you're loved and cared for. I'm not going to pull away from you like he has, like he did. I'm not going to sit there with a smug look on my face. I'm not going to sit there bitter, twisting my ring around my finger. I believe, like I said, if it happened at all, it was Harry that it was happening to and not her. As a matter of fact, I don't believe the situation ever happened, period, to either one of them. And I'm not at all buying that she had to put on a fake front. No ma'am, no sir. She has proven many times over that she has no qualms letting her emotions, her feelings about this situation, wherever she's at, to be known on her face. It's all a part of the script. It is, and we'll talk about that a little more in detail here shortly. I promise I'll try not to be long-winded. People that get that close to the edge, they're mentally exhausted. They do not have it in them to let's get dolled up, let's go out tonight, because we have to. Either way, they don't have it in them. In my opinion, they knew at that point they were going to leave the royal family, and they also knew they were going to work on projects regarding mental health with Oprah. And they just so happened to choose that particular event to fit their script. See what I'm saying? Those are my opinions. What I've noticed, seeing them together, they're very seldom in the same mood. It seems like he's so far down in the dumps most all of the time, but she's yakking it up for the camera when she's not throwing a fit. They contradict themselves constantly, have you noticed? Because if he was so concerned about her mental health, how weak she was mentally, don't you think for a second that his actions, his behavior would have reflected a very concerned spouse? Remember the ball game? She had just, quote unquote, given birth. He ignored her in the bleachers and had a bad attitude. And what about the balcony situation? That was like directly after Archie's arrival. Wouldn't that scary situation, her confessing that to him, still be fresh on his mind? No matter what the protocol was, no matter what the situation on the balcony was, if it had been me or you, I know, you would not have treated your spouse so disrespectfully, so nasty, on that balcony if you had just recently been told by this partner of yours, here's where I'm at. So I can't help but find the entire situation difficult to believe. Their actions and their behavior just doesn't line up with his story. It just doesn't jive. And you and I both know how thirsty she is for her spot in Hollywood. She has proven there's not one thing she won't do to be there. We should feel completely insulted. Anybody that has lost a loved one that way should feel completely insulted. Anyone that's ever been in that situation, they themselves, close to the edge, should feel insulted. They're doing any and everything they can to make that money. Just like their Diana documentary, they've put a whole new spin on things. Listen to this. Meghan's trying to make it out as if the royal family had a problem with Dodi Fayed's color, his race, his ethnicity. It seems like this documentary, they plan on filling it full of racial tension between the royal family, Diana and Dodi. It beats all I've ever seen, y'all. This is just ridiculous. Harry wants to change the First Amendment of our Constitution, and I don't think he has that right. And by him coming out against the First Amendment, he's just following the script, you guys. It all goes back to the script. They're working on an agenda, and we know they have been handled by some very wicked people. And these people knew that Harry was weak on a mental level. That's why they chose him. Now, he claims that he regressed back to a 12-year-old little boy, fearing losing Mama Meghan after a bad argument. Claiming all of his mommy issues were coming to the forefront, and that's when he knew he needed therapy. And now he's claiming that his dad not only neglected him growing up as a child, but literally made him suffer. Suffering? His daddy made him suffer? What in the world has his handlers promised him to say all this junk? And I'd love to know exactly what he knows about suffering.
Oprah is backing Harry 110%. A lot of people are backing Harry and Meghan 110%. Oprah also said this: he's entitled to privacy, and not in the way that you guys think. I guess they're listening. We're all saying, boy, you beg for privacy. You said that the flash of a camera makes you fetal up and have nightmares. When you put yourself out there as a celebrity, it goes with the territory. You don't like a camera in your face? You don't want paparazzi chasing you around town? Then you back out of that. Get out of the spotlight. If you want to be in the spotlight, it goes with the territory. I'm a makeup artist and a hairstylist. People ask me all the time about foundations or, lipsticks or hair colors. It goes with the territory. My loved one's a pharmacist. I ask him all the time, does this medication work with this medication? It goes with the territory. Quit bitching and whining, Harry and Meghan. Thank God for your blessings. And quit trying to change things that you have no right to dabble in. Go suffer somewhere else. I'm so over these people. But we're far from over, sadly. It's a part of that agenda. We'll have to talk about that more in depth later. I have talked so much, y'all. I thank you for spending your time with me. And looking at my wampus eye, I got to get this joker looked at quick. Anyway, y'all, I hope you're having a great day today. I'll see you soon and we'll talk fast. Y'all stay safe and be blessed.